What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at another one of these lovely new Transformers reveals from Wave 4 War for Cybertron Siege 2. I know. And at this stage you might be thinking the artwork is a little bit familiar. It is, we'll get there. It is new artwork though. Now I need to give a shout out to the lovely folks over at Cybertron.com because they had the reveal, and you know, like I've said many times before, if people are giving the reveals, make sure we give them a little bit of love. Show Transformers that we love that the reveals are happening. So, with all of that borne in mind, ladies and gentlemen, who do we actually have here? Well, we have Private Dazzlestrike, which definitely one of my favourite names of a Transformer that we've seen. Love me some Private Dazzlestrike. And it is a Battle Master, and you will notice that it is very similar in artwork to Private Lionizer. Private Lionizer is probably the best of the Battle Masters. Certainly when I did my ranking, I put it number 1. And there are slight differences in the artwork. It's kind of leaned a bit to the other side. It's zoomed in a bit more. The background is different, but make no mistake about it, this artwork will confuse people. So we do have a Battle Master here, and if we start off having a little bit of a look at the stats, we've got a 6-star bot with attack of 3, health of 9, defense of 1. For a 6-star character, that's actually really quite good. In Wave 1, when the stats were slightly higher on average, we expected 4-12-2 for an 8 cost, so 3-9-1 for a 6 cost in Wave 4. That's not too bad. Certainly stacks up favourably against Private Lionizer. And it does have a skill. Enemies can't use Brave. Oh, cool. Is anyone using Brave right now? Not that many, I don't think. Now, Brave is a mechanic that was introduced back in Wave 2, and we actually have an upgrade Bravery which will give any character Brave. And Brave basically forces a player to target that particular Transformer if they are able to. So if you've got, say, 2 characters, one's tapped, one isn't, and the untapped one has Brave, well, you don't go after the character with Brave, because the only legal target, so to speak, is the character that is tapped. Now, probably the one that's seen the most play here, in terms of a character with Brave, is Predacon Headstrong. Predacon Headstrong is one of the ones from Wave 2. It's only a 5-star character. It's got decent stats, it's a melee character, and it's got Brave. Now this can actually be really relevant in the early game, because remember that if all of your characters are untapped, your opponent gets a free choice as to who they attack. And if it's early in the game and you can't attach Bravery or any of that, you know, it's turn 1, you're going second, your opponent gets the first turn, your opponent gets the first attack, but they have to go against Predacon Headstrong, because you've got no tapped bots, so all of them are legal targets, ergo they have to go after Headstrong. And this stops that. It means that if you're worried about coming up against something like Headstrong, you can start off with Private Dazzlestrike, and your opponent goes, ha, you've got to attack Predacon Headstrong because he's got Brave, and you can go, ha, enemies can't use Brave, so I'm good. I'll go after whoever I gosh darn well like. I don't think it's a phenomenal skill here, because I don't think people are using Brave. But if your opponent starts using weak characters that they really want to keep on the field, and then using Headstrong to try and make sure your opponent has to go after Headstrong rather than the other character they'd rather keep on the field, well, at that point, I think we're alright. At that stage, I think we can be all in favour of this. It's kind of like Acid Storm. Acid Storm is great for stopping your opponent using Bold. But if your opponent isn't using Bold, then it's a pointless character. But if you're ever going to a tournament and you know that everyone's going to be using Heavy Bold, and you really just desperately want an answer to Heavy Bold, this is your answer. That's how I feel about Private Dazzlestrike. which really does seem like the name of a My Little Pony rather than a Transformer. And they are both properties owned by Hasbro, so crossover? But that's what I think about Dazzlestrike. I don't think it's great because people aren't using Brave, but if this changes, my opinion will change as well. But it is a Battle Master, so when Dazzlestrike gets KO'd, it turns into Shadow Steel Ice Blade, an upgrade weapon that gives you +3 attack. And it reads, when you put this on a character, repair 3 damage from it. When this is removed from a character, do 3 damage to it. This, oh my goodness, this introduces some fun options, ladies and gentlemen. But this also kind of terrifies me. Because straight off the bat, your opponent can drop 3 damage onto you by using something like a Vaporize or a Ramming Speed. And that's definitely an issue. If it gets removed, you take 3 damage. Which means that your opponent gets a free bolt of lightning from a Vaporize. And bearing in mind, right, if your opponent sees you having a Shadow Steel Ice Blade down, and they play a Vaporize, they're getting rid of a good upgrade. That alone gives them value. You then give them 3 damage to put onto your character as well, give them a free bolt of lightning. That's kind of terrifying. An upgrade removal is strong. People play a lot of upgrade removal. Now, to be fair, people play a lot of Bashing Shield, and Bashing Shield will only get rid of an armor, but people also play plenty of other upgrade removal, and if they play that, that is going to have an impact. Okay. Now, in terms of the +3 attack is great. +3 attack is really good. I mean, people play a lot of Leap into Battle, which is an action card that gives you +3 attack. Well, if an action card giving +3 attack is good, then an upgrade giving +3 attack must also be really good, given that that works turn after turn after turn. I mean, to use another example, Grenade Launcher will actually give you +4 attack, which seems really good, except you've got to scrap it at the end of your turn. Static Laser of Ironhide gives you +3 attack, but if you attack and you're not Ironhide, you got to take 2 damage. Yeah, +3 attack is really strong. But to be fair, it's not exactly particularly novel when it comes to Battle Masters. I mean, we've got a bunch of them that can do this. If we take a look at Raider Aimless, turns into Manifold Iron Particle Blaster, +3 attack. If we have a look at Private Taraxodon, turns into Binary Edgewing Scythe, +3 attack. If we have a look at Private Fire Drive, it turns into Duocharge Electrostatic Photon Cannon, which gives you +3 attack. That all goes to say that getting +3 attack for a Battle Master is nice, but it's not exactly phenomenal or particularly novel. We're going to need another reason to play this over the others. And to be fair, repairing 3 is incredibly strong. Our standard go-to card for healing here is Medic. But Medic only repairs 2, and it's deemed so good it doesn't even have a battle icon. So clearly repairing 3 is really nice. So +3 attack we really like. Repairing 3 we really like. So why am I not particularly bowled over by this? Why don't I really like this very much? And the answer is, I do not like creating a situation where my opponent can play an upgrade to deal 3 damage to one of my characters right before they attack. My opponent might be unable to KO my character, but by removing Shadow Steel Ice Blade and doing 3 damage to my character right before they attack, that could be the difference between them getting a KO and not getting a KO. Now, to be fair, if you attach this and heal and stop a KO, then it balances out. But this kind of terrifies me. I love the +3 attack. I love that you repair 3 damage. I like the stats on Dazzlestrike. I love that it's a silver bullet to Brave. I like a lot about this card. But I do not like that you do 3 damage to a character, that character that it's attached to, when it gets removed. I should mention, as it's a Battle Master, you can use Quartermaster to reuse it, and every time you reuse it, you will get to heal free. And I should mention, while we're talking about Quartermaster here, if you use Quartermaster to move this, then you can actually get some healing going on here quite nicely. You move it with Quartermaster, you will heal free from the character to whom you have moved it. That is actually brilliant. And if you play this in a healing and moving deck, I like it. Attach it, heal free. Move it, heal free. Move it, heal free. If it then gets taken away and you take free, that seems like a fair trade, but it can backfire. You have been warned. And I'd like to know what you think about it at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Me nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we can talk about games. And do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel and get some bonus pods if that's what you're into. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.